If one cocktail outsells the rest of your menu by a wide margin, it's already carrying your bar. The problem is most operators don't design for that. They just benefit from it accidentally. And accidental margin is fragile. Let's talk about what your top selling cocktail is actually doing and what it should be doing if your menu is built intentionally. Most bars have a clear volume leader. It's usually something familiar: a margarita, an espresso martini, a spritz, an old fashioned. Something guests order without thinking. In many cases, that drink sells 3, 4, sometimes 5 times more than anything else on the menu. And here's where things quietly go wrong. That top seller often has the same pour cost as the rest of the list, or worse, a higher one, which means the drink doing the most work for your business isn't doing the most financial work. Now, to be clear, your best seller does not have to be the cheapest drink on the menu. That's a misconception. But if one cocktail represents a disproportionate share of sales, it deserves a disproportionate share of margin responsibility. Menus aren't democracies, they're ecosystems. Here's what happens when this isn't designed intentionally. Your top seller moves volume. Your slow movers cost money. Your overall pour cost looks fine. But that blended number hides weak architecture. If that top seller falters, or costs rise, or demand shifts, the entire menu starts wobbling. That's not resilience, that's luck. In reality, your best-selling cocktail is already subsidizing the rest of the menu. It's absorbing R&D misses, seasonal experiments, high-cost passion projects, and drinks that only sell a handful of times per week. The only question is whether that subsidy is intentional or whether you're just hoping volume saves you. So what should a smart bar do instead? You have options, and none of them require sacrificing quality. First option, re-engineer the spec. This is the quiet move. Without changing the guest experience, you look at base spirit proof, modifier ratios, sweetener concentration, garnish waste points. Most guests can't tell the difference between a 1.5 ounce pour and a 1.25 ounce pour when the drink is balanced correctly. But your margin can. This isn't about cheapening the drink. It's about removing inefficiency. Second option, reprice the leader. If a drink sells 4 to 1 over everything else, a $1 increase is often invisible, especially if it's still priced within category expectations and the rest of the menu provides anchors above it. You're not punishing demand. You're aligning price with velocity. Volume gives you leverage, if you're willing to use it. Third option, build a margin partner. This is an advanced move. If you don't want to touch the star cocktail, you design a second drink nearby on the menu. Similar flavor profile, lower cost structure, positioned right next to the top seller. Now, guests self-select into higher margin without feeling pushed. That's menu psychology working for you instead of against you. Here's the key idea most bars miss. The goal isn't to make one drink carry the entire menu. The goal is to avoid asking every drink to pull equal financial weight. Some drinks exist for creativity. Some exist for brand identity. Some exist for familiarity. But the volume leader exists for stability. If it isn't built to stabilize the menu financially, you're leaving money on the table every single service. And this is why overall pour cost alone is a dangerous metric. It can look healthy while hiding structural problems underneath. The moment volume dips or costs rise, those problems surface. Smart bar programs don't rely on averages. They rely on design. So if you take one thing away from this, your best-selling cocktail is already doing the most work. The mistake is pretending it isn't, and failing to design around that reality. Intentional margin beats accidental margin, every time. If you're running a bar and your volume leader has never been re-engineered, repriced, or deliberately positioned, that's not a failure. It's an opportunity.